Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. Thanks for joining us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. It's been drummed into our ears that physical activity is good for everyone. In adults, it contributes to prevention and management of non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases and diabetes, and can improve overall well-being. Yet, according to the World Health Organization, current global estimates show 1 in 3 adults and 81% of adolescents do not do enough physical activity. To make matters worse, as economic levels of countries and individuals increase, so do inactivity levels, which can be as high as 70% due to changing transport patterns, increased use of technology for work and recreation, cultural values, and increasing sedentary behavior. Currently, almost 1.8 billion adults are at risk of disease from not doing enough physical activity, according to the WHO. My guest is an exercise instructor and the coordinator of MapFit World. Mercy Abola joins us from our Abuja studio. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so they say it helps to prevent diseases. We're not disputing that, but they talk about cancer, then say that it helps brain activity. Can you help us explain that?
All right, so first, physical exercise can be referred to as engagement of planned, structured, and repetitive physical activities for the purpose of body conditioning and to gain optimal fitness level. So when you engage such activities, it goes a long way to boost your immunity, in the sense that natural killer cells are being built to fight against any form of cancerous cells which might be, or any foreign bodies interfering with your health. So one of the privileges or benefits of physical exercise is the fact that it encourages natural killer cells to be boosted, which in its sense also boosts the immunity of the body. So when you participate in often time of exercises, when you make it gradual, when you make it persistent and consistent, not the once in a week thing or once in a month or once in a lifetime thing, by the time you make it so concurrent, or you make it so recurrent, in the sense that you are doing it often and often, one of the benefits you are likely to get from exercising is the fact that it reduces your susceptibility to diseases, because it builds your muscular strength, your muscular power, your endurance is being built. It helps your skin health too as well. So by the time you are engaging in physical exercises, for an example, it has a way of increasing the body vasodilation, and in that sense, it means that you are able to sweat more. So there are some waste products that leaves your body, and with the intake of room temperature water, you are able to enjoy your health at the long term. So it has a way of also slowing aging, because you look younger. Just for a casual example this time around, everybody in sportswear looks younger than when they are in their Africa wears. I hope you believe that. So, yeah. So from the appearance of the dress, you already know. For the appearance of the person in the sportswear, you already know what you're likely to get when you get on the field.
The people who are using all sorts of creams to keep away aging should listen to this. But then at what age should structured physical activity, structured exercise begin?
So physical exercise should begin from cradle to grave.
Wow.
From cradle to grave. In the sense that now, as soon as a child is being born, we need to start stretching the muscles, exercising the knees, the arms, the necks, such that we will reduce reduction of stiffness of the bones of the joint. It's as a way, muscles of the body, they are fibrous tissue. So it has about 4 characteristics. So it can there is elasticity, it has ability to contract also and to relax itself. So imagine stretching those muscles. You are able, when you are engaged in activities that put those muscles to work, you are able to bring in strength out of it. So it should start from Kedu to grade. So as soon as a child is being born, it should start, but the intensity should be mindful. We need to be mindful of the intensity of such activity.
I always thought that.
All right.
I always thought that children didn't really need to be encouraged to exercise. They're always running up and down all over the place. It's adults who keep telling them, stop running, sit in one place, don't go there. And then what do you tell schools who use every available space to put a building and they don't have playgrounds? Please address this.
Schools have to find a way of ensuring that playground is available in the school. In fact, it should be part of education constitution that schools should ensure that because education has a way of communicating to three domains in man, both the affective domain, the psychomotor domain, and the cognitive domain of man. And that is what we are made up of. So physical exercise, physical activity has a way of addressing especially the psychomotor domain. You will realize that when children are being engaged, or students or pupils are being engaged in physical exercises, they get more excited. There is a change of activity, there is a change of facial expression, there is a change of their attitude to learning. It boosts their cognitive level, it boosts their mental faculty, it improves their memory, it also has a way of improving their attention. It improves mindfulness, it improves focus. It has a lot of mental health benefits both for adults and for children. But in this case, we are speaking about children, so we need to encourage our children, whether at home, although they shouldn't go too hard. That was why I was speaking about the intensity of exercise, because there is something called FIT when it comes to physical fitness. FITT. It has to actually talk about the fact that your intensity, the frequency of the exercise, the type of exercise you do, and the time you are doing the exercise. All right. So when we talk about frequency, it has to do with, okay, how often do you do what you do? The intensity is how hard do you go in doing what you do? An elderly man of 80 years should not go too hard like myself. So okay, we need to look at the how hard you go, then the time, how long do you do what you do really matters too. Then the type of activities you engage, is it aerobics, dance, or strength training? Imagine a man of 90 years going for strength training. Okay, so I want to address that. Some people say when they go for exercises, you know, they want to start to get fit. They start to do some activities and then they can't continue because it's too hard, and sometimes they even fall sick. What are they doing wrong? Is it the type of exercise? Right. They say there's a method to it. Exactly. We need to first understand and let our mind be aware that fitness is a journey. Whether on the day you are doing it or throughout your lifetime, it is a journey. So there are proceedings and there are procedures in observing physical exercise. For an example, a day activity should start with a warm-up. That is, okay, you are getting your body acquainted to the kind of activities you want to do. Taking for an example now, I want to do aerobics dance today. So I need to first do some walk around the building, whether for an example my house or the gym, wherever I am, do some little stretchings to my body parts, telling my body that I am about to take you on an intense activity that is beyond the usual. So you are intimating the body to the activities that you want to do. You are not just jumping on it. You are not just hitting the ground running. That is one of the first things that we need to settle. We need to understand that fitness is a journey. So there must be proceeding. We must start with a warm-up through the stretching, then the real activity you want to do. Then you must end back in a cool-down exercise that will make you to feel refreshed, relaxed, and your nerves to be calmed. So we need to know this before we run into the gym. Could you now get to a gym and you just start picking up gym equipment to use? You need to be conscious of this so that You inform your gym instructor, I am new, I'm a newbie in this field, and I want to get to act. But what do I need to do first? So your gym instructor is right there, if you are using a gym for an example, but you can decide to go for group workouts, you can do home exercise. We are just using the example of a gym on this case right now. You need to inform your gym instructor on the level of your health and the fact that you are new in this. So they are going to intimate you gradually with the kind of exercises that you need to do, such that it is not too hard for a start. Because definitely the muscles you have not been using before, by the time you use it wrongly, is going to fire back. And that may lead to muscle cramp, muscle pulls, and the likes of that. So it is a procedural thing. And I remember a principle in fitness that talk about individualization and gradualness of the activity you want to do, then persistency. So that gradualness must be put in place. You don't just eat it. You have to let your muscles take memory of the activities. That is why World Health Organization suggests that we do at least 3 times in a week, right? 150 minutes to 300 minutes moderate vigorous activity. So which means you can split it across the days, having breathing spaces. You can put one on Monday. You might say Monday is a busy day. Well, put it on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So that with that, you are able to space in and rest. Because rest is also part of what you need for your physical fitness. 3 things: proper nutrition, physical exercise, and rest.
Okay, does fitness mean slimness? Because you are slim. Some people who are big and they work out, they say they are not fit. Is that true? Is it synonymous?
All right.
Slim?
Fitness does not mean slimness. And also, fitness does not mean that maybe because you are good in playing a particular sport, that now means that you are fit. No. There are health-related component of fitness, there's skill-related component of fitness. Now, we are speaking to the general populace this morning, so I would just like to dwell on the health-related component, so that by the time you have these 5 major things, you already know that, yeah, I am fit or close to being fit. All right. So it is not by, you can see slim person that is bones, his joint is stiff. I've taken some people on massage before and I realized that bending the back becomes so hard for me. And it is so common to slim people. So, but we assume that by seeing them facially, we assume that, oh, they are fit people. Whereas, that is not the case. So, when it comes to physical fitness, we have to look at the body composition, which has to do with the fats, the percentage of the fats in the body to the percentage of the muscle mass in the body. All right, that is where we might say, oh, slimness really speaks about your fitness, right? So body composition is one of the things you need to check. Your flexibility. Are you flexible? Are you in the skill-related component? It talks about agility in the sense that can you maneuver your way? Well, that is more of a skill-related. But the truth is, the flexibility. Are you flexible? Can we quickly? Can you maneuver your way in doing some activities? Changing direction at any point in time. You know, having to do some stretching. Can your body undergo those kind of stretches to a particular extent? That is flexibility, actually. So your body composition, your body flexibility, your muscular strength. Are you able to carry a particular weight? That doesn't mean that you have to be carrying big weights anyways, but can you carry some things? Can you dispense strength accurately? Then muscle power too is part of your endurance, ability to endure particular activity for a long time. By the way, physical fitness is being defined as ability of the body to undergo physical activities or special tasks without feeling easily fatigued or tired, yet having residual energy to do more. So, okay. That also speaks about the fact that you don't just say, I am able to hit my target. Do you still have more energy to do something little more? That is when you are physically fit. So it's not about exhausting your strength or your energy in an activity alone. Rather, it is also that you are having residual energy to perform other tasks. That is why when you finish your workout, you don't just jump to sit down. It just shows that you are not physically fit.
Okay, but let me ask you, if somebody is older, an elderly person, is the person supposed to be flexible? Because a lot of old people are not flexible. They can't bend.
All right. A lot of old people are actually maybe not flexible. When we started our Mouthfeel to World, we started with exercise for elderly people. We take them on recreation with seniors and likes of that, with the interest that there is still greatness in grey. There is still greatness in grey, which means looking critically into the grey, into the elderly people. There are some that has engaged in sports over time in their life. And by the time you engage them on some activity, you realize that they are still flexible. They can still do some things. The deposit is still there, right? So, and that doesn't mean that it is the same in every case, but the deposit is still there with some who has participated in activities along their levels, their ages in life. And right now, we need to look into the seniors, because the fact is that most of the body repairs at old age is with difficulty. So we need to actually look into building over time adaptation to exercises by participating in physical exercises. So by the time you've participated over a period of time, you realize that your body adjusts to it. The bones and the joint especially is being tuned to those activities, and the musculoskeletal system generally is being tuned to the activities that you have been doing over time. So we, at this point, now approaching the elderly people, we have to take them gradually. All right.
I need to interrupt you to take a short break. Okay. But when we come back, we will continue with that. Please stay with us and join us on the other side. Welcome back. It's Health Matters on Channels Television, and we're talking about the importance of exercise with Mercy Abola in our Abuja studio. This is the time that you can call 0808-054-2233 if you have a question on physical activity or exercise. You can also send a message at CTV_Mary A. Now, you were speaking about bones. Let's say you have a client who has pain in the knees. Do you have exercise for such a person that will also take away the pain?
Yes. So we have to first let the client reach out to the medical doctor. Let's confirm that it's not just beyond the pain. Let's confirm that is it arthritis? If it is arthritis, what stage is it? All right. But if it's just in general body pains, there are different kind of exercises for the knee. Raising up your leg and staying there consistently, it's an exercise. Then you can decide to make it in motion, taking it up and down, counting your repetitions, and be sure that you are still stable. It is still part of another activity you can do. You can decide to raise up the two legs. You can decide to raise it up by crossing the legs, over another, just like my hand crossed the second hand now. So there are so many kind of exercises that you can do for the lubrication of the knee joint, because our joints actually need lubrication. And this is one of the benefits of exercising. That is why I would like to encourage that even in our workplaces, we need to be physically active. In our workplaces, we sit for hours doing a lot of works with our technological advancement as setting. We're in a digital age, in a smart home, and a lot of mental activity we do, a lot of social activity we do, but less physical activity we do. So we need to actually, even in our place of work, look at engaging physical activity in some of our activities of the day right at work. Because before you raise up your head from work, you will just realize that the time has gone.
And the day is over.
So the day is over, actually. And averagely, we spend nothing less than about 7 to 8 hours at work. Then going back home, you are driving. That is if you are not into a traffic jam, which takes you another 30 minutes, 1 hour, depending on in the city you are presently. Another traffic jam.
I have a question
you want
for
to
you.
unwind your day.
let me just butt in there. I have a question for you. You were taking some elderly people in exercise and, you know, instructed them to bend. And then you said, keep your eyes open. Why did you do that? Was there a reason?
All right. Whenever they are engaging activities as such, especially that has to bring your head down, there is tendency of falling dizzy. And we already know that at old age, a lot of things might be failing. We do not have full concept of that, but the truth is a lot of things might be failing. So to be safe is always better than sorry, actually. And that is the point, that when you keep your eyes open, you are still conscious. By the time you close your eyes, you may go unconscious. And that might be dizziness, and that may lead to another thing. So it is always, I encourage people oftentimes to just ensure that whatever, no matter how hard the exercise is, you are able to keep your focus, you are able to keep minded about the activities you're doing.
Can we quickly take this call? Somebody is calling from K2, Ebere. Hello, Ebere.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your question?
Please, my question is this: for somebody that is having arthritis, joint pain. So, what kind of exercise do you say that I can be doing?
Okay, thank you, Ebere. Okay, so there you have it, Mr. Abola. Ebere is asking about those who have arthritis, joint pains. And I know that a lot of the time, this pain is in the knees, in the fingers, and where else? But basically those two. What kind of exercise, she's asking, would you give that kind of person?
All right, for her, I would like to suggest that she reach out to a doctor to confirm the stage of the arthritis. With that full information of the X-ray and interpretation, we are now able to go ahead in some activities that she can do. All right. So just like I showed the other time, some exercises about the knees, which is about the raise of leg, the bend of legs, and likes of that. Whatever works that knee region will be of a favor to that leg. And I would like to say that also we need to be conscious of our health early enough, so that some things are better prevented than experienced. They are better prevented than experienced. So we need to start working on. That is why we talked about from Kedu the other time to Bray, from tender age, such that.
Let's try and get in as much as we can. Sorry to interrupt. We're having Andy from Warri in Delta State with a question. Hello, Andy.
Yes. If you have somebody have arthritis, what kind of exercise will be doing?
Okay, that's the same question that Ebere asked. Could you please go over that again, Mr. Bola? He's still asking about arthritis. So I'll let you dwell on that. It seems to be an issue.
All right. So just like I said earlier, we need to check back with the medical doctor to be sure of the stage of the arthritis. Then we can ask also that what intensity of activity should I engage before you run into a gym? Ask this question very well from your physician, so that it will not lead from one pain to another pain, right? So by the time you are able to evaluate the level of the stage of that arthritis, then you know what to do and how hard to do what to do. Then how often to do what you needed to do. So just like I showed you the other time, there are activities for the knees. Raising up of the legs, crossing your legs too, and just ensure that you are moving. And in your workplace, encourage yourself to use the stairs instead of using the lift. Encourage yourself to keep moving. When you sit more, you are putting your health at a detriment of some other diseases, which might, because after these are stages, and when you get to a stage, it might immobilize you. You might not be able to move at all, especially when you get to your 50s, your 60s, and thereabout. So when that sets in, you know that is already a chaos.
Okay, thank you so very much for that. So Ebere from K2 and Andy from Warri, we are very grateful for your questions, and there is hope, according to the guests. Thank you so much, Mercy Agbola, for coming to the show. I know we could have done this a lot longer, but this is good. Thanks so much for coming.
You. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful.
And everybody else who's watching everywhere, all around the world, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.